Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, we are having a network problem almost 3 days ago, and that's because the high school students are having exams, so there's a lot of load on the network. So that's why.
Okay. I think it's better now.
Yeah, now is better.
Okay.
Okay,
So how are you doing?
I'm cool. How are you?
That's Egypt.
It was fine. No, we are normal. Everything's going well,
Okay.
and now it's Corona in Nigeria.
Well,
You know
everywhere
that I'm Nigerian, right?
you said?
You know that I'm Nigerian, right?
Yeah. But you said you are from,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, I'm living in Egypt, but I'm originally Nigerian.
You're originally Nigerian.
Yeah,
So how do you stay in Egypt?
yeah. I was studying. Then later on, I continued life. So
You did what? I didn't get it.
I was studying before. I'm still studying actually, but I could just continue. I said I'm here for studying before, but later.
You are here for you are still for you are in Egypt for study. I've lost you. Can't hear you again. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Your mic. Check your mic.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay. So I said I was studying. The main purpose of becoming an Egypt is actually studying, but later on, there's many things that I've engaged, so I have to move on. Though I normally travel to Nigeria, yeah, sometimes.
Okay. So which part of Egypt are you from?
Egypt or
Yep.
in which type of Egypt? I
Which
don't
part?
understand the question.
Which
Of
province?
Egypt?
Yes.
Yeah, Cairo, of course, Cairo.
You are from Cairo. Okay.
Yeah,
So how's your project in Nigeria going? When was the last time you came to Nigeria?
yeah. Last time I came to Nigeria, it's not for the project. We just started the project. I'm working with some organizations here. So even I'm the one that suggest that I have to do it in Nigeria because I'm Nigerian. So are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm
Because
here.
I think that yeah. So that's so we are still contacting ministries and we're still working on it actually.
Okay.
So and the main problem is the corona delay a lot of things. So we couldn't travel, we couldn't do anything. So we are still waiting to see how what's gonna happen. Because even the crisis of the corona makes even those that I'm working with are so busy finding the solution for themselves. So we couldn't get to.
Okay.
But although we have another project we are working on, Right now, as I said, an organization, an NGO named Digital for Africa. And the Digital for Africa, we have some powerful youth among the continents, the believers or lovers of technology as well. Some of them have worked in African Union, some of them have traveled, some of them have the experience, some of them have been working in the UN as well. And it's just a new organization. We are trying to have an ecosystem of technology lovers and how we youth will have the impact in the digital transformation journey. So as I always said, digital transformation is coming. It's like something necessary. So, but the main thing is, are we African a part of it or not? Then now all majority of the applications we have, like Facebook, like even the Zoom, and a lot of things, they are all not from Africans. So how can we make the programmers that we have in Africa can have an innovation idea to create something better? So what we need actually is an ecosystem, a platform, or an entity that will gather both the programmers, marketers, influencers, many different aspects of field in one organization to make something real. Because there's many programmers in Africa. That's what I believed. But why are we still living behind? Because they don't have the support that they need. They don't know how to even create an innovative idea. Here in Egypt, there's many experiences that have been successful, like using the applications, using the websites. We have something that is called Utlub. The Utlub is an application that whenever you are at home, you just click on the application and you order a food to your home. I don't know if Nigeria is available, but many countries in Africa doesn't have that. Even the Uber. I mean, I know there's Uber in Nigeria, but here in Egypt there's like almost five different types of Uber, not just only Uber. They have their own now. They have their own, and it's just an idea of a youth that they will gather and do something. So how can we Africans come with a good idea to do such kind of apps or websites or stuff that will be digitalizing our continent or is supporting digital transformation journey? So for me, actually, I've been before the digital stuff or before the African technology stuff. I've been working as a volunteer and membership in many kind of organizations. Firstly, and till now I have some connections not in Nigeria only in Africa. Some ministries actually in Kenya, in assistant foreign affairs in Liberia, many countries in Africa, because I've been to many conferences and I get to know many people. And actually, as you know, Egypt have hosted many conferences and I've attended many conferences as well with the president here in Egypt, because I'm the president of youth here in Egypt as well. So I represent many Africans in many international conferences. For that, I have another connection with ambassadors here, those ambassadors of Africa here in Egypt. We have direct connection. Even now, if you can check my last post I posted on Facebook, you see a comment of Mr. Muhammad Ali saying, "Great work." Mr. Muhammad Ali is a counsel to Liberian embassy, the second person in the embassy of Liberia, and we have good connection with him and many kind of dignitaries of Africa. So using that opportunity, I say that there must be a way to solve many problems we are facing in Africa. What I think actually I'm Pan-Africanist, like those that are willing for the freedom of Africa and stuff. But I think that's not what we need right now, because we need something new. We need something that will last long. We have been talking about Pan-Africanists almost 1,000 years, but still now we are still non-developed countries. We have to use the advantage of other things to do something great. So, and I think, as I said, the best way or the easiest way is technology. We have developed technology. We have good programmers. We have good thinkers that they can do something. From us as youth, will make the big difference. So, as I said, I can say I have two offer. The first one will be the organization. The organization, as I said, I will send you the data and the file, the vision, mission, and everything about the organization. And well, maybe I've not gathered yet the CVs of the uh, teams, but we have quite youth that have the experience. One of them have been named one of the best CEOs in Africa. One of them have been chosen in Egypt as one of the 50 best women, and they're all youth. That's one of the advantages that we are trying to make use advantage of the youth that have the experience to make something. Apart from that, as I said, I have the technology company, and but that one we are trying to uh, 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 go on the other way that you are in, which is blockchain and Bitcoin. How can we implement the advanced technology? Because many programmers that are saying that we have in Africa doesn't focus on those kind of advanced technology. What they think is programming is just website and mobile application, and we don't have and those stuff have been before. Now we are in 2020 and everything has been changed. So we are trying to make some how to find a job through those kind of advanced technology. So that's the main two things that I'm working on currently. That maybe and I would like to hear from you. So maybe you can see which one you like to join, and let's start and let's cooperate.
Anyway, it has been an exciting eye-opener listening to you as you communicate the vision for Pan-Africanism in terms of, Ubuntu. I call it the Ubuntu spirit, because the idea that Africa has been left for too long. Most times we always look at the West, pursue them with regards to technology, or you do a critical analysis of who are the beneficiaries of Bitcoin network. You would agree with me that Africa is not close, because at the time it actually started, many of us in Africa were not interested in that particular technology. Now, I think there are two things or two questions I want to ask. For us as a company, Beepmagnet International Group has been working for the last 6 years building technology. So we are not just a company that talks, we have the technology.
That's cool.
We have our own private blockchain that has been running in the last 3.5 years. We have combined that private blockchain with a public blockchain because of our token economics. We have built a blockchain around 11 use cases to support the blockchain technology. And currently now, we are on a mission for the first 40,000 African youths to be part of this initiative. All we need from them is that we have created a model for these African youths to be digitally compliant. And in addition to that, we are also providing a gift worth $50,000 in our coin to this particular first 40,000 African youths. All they need to do is to actually register with our portal, refer a minimum of 5 other African youths, follow us on our social media handle, and then identify themselves with our Telegram room. That qualifies them to have 0.25 BMCT coin, which is the derivative of our blockchain. We are mapping out 10,000 of that particular coin to be distributed to the first 40 Africans. While they actually do this, they would actually be trained. And the training would entail basic understanding about blockchain technology, security aspect with regards to cryptocurrency and wallet application, how they can actually be able to trade digital assets, how they should do what we call staking, what is the difference between master nodes, and then identify with the community that would position them to represent the interests of Africans. So this is exactly what we have put together. In no time, possibly before the end of the year, if you look at our roadmap, we will be releasing our mobile application where you can actually play mobile and intelligent games. But in order to play those tournaments, you need to use our token to play it. That would create a lot of demand for the BMCT project. Next year, at the first quarter, we are going to be setting up laundry mats across Africa where you can actually wash your clothes, but you need to use our digital tokens. Our token currently is already listed on 2 exchange. That means you can actually trade our token on this exchange anywhere in the world, paired with Bitcoin and Nigerian Naira. So the point is, to you, I want to ask, what's the capacity of your influence within the African space? If we understand your capacity in terms of what you can do, then we can actually look at how you can actually champion this cause to reach out to African youths to be part of this initiative. That will go a long way to actually position these people in terms of where they are, and then we can now begin this particular pan-Africanism that we have been talking about to get these people up to date with trending technology that can actually be of advantage to them.
Okay, that's cool, and that's very, very a huge initiative and a huge project you're working on. And I think we are like coming here, and you are coming here. So I think both of us are covering major important things, which is technology. As I said, technology is a very huge, and no matter how we did, we still leave something behind. But we have to do what we can do. Talking about the influences, right now, as I said, I'm the president of African Influence, and I have more than like 10,000 students here in Egypt from more than 30 nationalities, African nationalities. I mean, okay. So it depends on when you need or what you guys need. Firstly, in every country, in 30 African countries, I have representatives. Those representatives are those that like connect me with even the government officials. Yesterday, I just talked to one of these guys, which is Zambia, and I can even send you the voice note. We are working on a project. Apart from the project I noticed, I said is about establishing technology company centers in Africa.
All right.
So for that,
let me quickly do a quick presentation for you so that you can actually see some of the things that would be happening shortly in terms of what we have been able to do. You can see my screen.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
All right. This is actually the Beepmagnet BMCT Blockchain project. It's actually powered by Beepmagnet International Group. When we talk about the BMCT blockchain, what's it all about? The BMCT represents a true digital token on blockchain designed to be adopted through a decentralized medium by spending on the part of consumers. And we believe that the traditional way that loyalty is being done needs to change.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Because if I go to a store and then I buy something and then I'm giving a point, that point I must use it in that store. That's a problem for scalability. So based on that, we decided to use blockchain to solve that problem. That instead of merchants to actually give out points, merchants actually give out our coins as a reward. By so doing, these particular beneficiaries can either spend that same coin in that same merchant that gave it to them, or they can exchange to actually work for fiat or for other digital assets. The total coin supply in terms of the algorithm of our blockchain in the next 100 years is that 20 million coins will be created. And this form is based of our master equity holdings. To be able to connect this concept with the public blockchain, we decided to actually launch a BMT token, which is the Beepmagnet token. This is a utility token of our group, and it runs on Ethereum blockchain. It's going to provide support for our native coin. That means individuals who earn BMCT coin from merchants, or they earn it because they are master equity holders, they can swap that into equity shares on the blockchain. Now, 20 million token will be swapped for BMCT. 10 million is stakeable on the blockchain. What are some of the technological achievements that we have been able to do? BMCT has its mobile wallet live, iOS and Android. If you search the Play Store or Apple Store, BMC token under Beepmagnet International, you will see that these particular wallets are live. BMT is listed on Flashcoin web wallet. So if you go to www.flashcoin.io, there you can actually download and you can actually see the BMT wallet. What are exchange that BMCT has been listed? in BitFXT, Ninja Crypto, Satu Wallet, and Flashcoin Wallet. But Satu Wallet was hacked about last year. What are the use cases? We have our first use case, which is sanitary napkin. We have a lady sanitary product that will attract women into blockchain technology. When you buy the product and scan it, you get a voucher inside of it. On scanning that voucher, you are able to get BMCT loyalty on it. We have a loyalty solution called loyalty.bmt.io, which merchants all over Africa can connect with. So instead of actually using your traditional loyalty, all you need to do is register in loyalty.bmt.io and sign up as a merchant. Get all your customers to sign up as consumers and connect with your merchant store on the portal. Once that is done, you can now determine how much loyalty you want to give and you set the condition. Take, for example, a hotel. The hotel can spend 2 nights while giving you, let's say, 2,000 naira worth of loyalty in BMCT coin. Because this merchant have subscribed to our smart contract, they earn BMCT, which they do what? Give out as loyalty. These are solutions that we have created. So effective from June 1st, 2020 on FXT, the swapping of BMCT will be enabled. Effective from May 1st, 2020, staking is already live in BitFXT. And what is staking? Staking is all about buying a portion of BMT on the exchange and enjoy the 1-year reward because you are holder of that particular token. So for year 1 BMT, the reward is 24%. What will this do to the network? It will strengthen the blockchain network related to decentralization. It's going to support transparency. And of course, it's going to support limited supply of tradable BMCT in circulation. We are also currently working on a stable coin, which of course around August would actually go live. This stable coin is going to be backed with US dollar on a 1-to-1 basis. So what that simply means is that you can actually swap your BPT dollar at a stable rate. Now, other things have also been done. Getting GI members' wallet. So we have a platform on the Global Empowerment platform. GI members have an exclude wallet of 10%. So funds that you get in your cash wallet is exclude. So 10% of the cash wallet is exclude to your BPD wallet. So by August, when we release the BPD token, we will move all funds into that particular place and distribute it across members who are part of our platform. MOBGAMES is one of our company which is producing 6 games, which in the next 120 days will be available for Africans. So you can be able to download and play tournaments using the MOBGAMES application. 60% development effort so far for these 6 games has been done. Games will be available on our application on iOS and Android, and the target delivery date is October 2020. Mob Doctor application will also be available on iOS and Android. We are at the final stage of testing. Laundromat is going to be a strategic model we are going to set up in different places where you can wash your clothes and use our tool. Then, of course, our primary multi-purpose portal, which is the Global Empowerment Initiative portal, which we are going to use to bring together 40,000 African youths, is already live. So that is why we are saying, since you say you have up to 10,000 or members, that's very good. I'm excited about that. And you say you also have various individuals that is also part in different provinces of Africa. I think we are also very much interested in that. What will this do to this African youth that is in your ecosystem that we want to expose to this particular Pan-African project? One is that all the 40,000, let's say you have 20,000 or 10,000, they would, of course, benefit for being the first people to have our digital assets. And that is a plus to Africans because we're giving them that particular first place. What are they supposed to do? All of them are expected to actually register on the portal. And after they are done with that, then they can actually like on our social media. Then, of course, we will release the 0.2 BMT for them. And another thing that can do for them is that it can position them to have masternode equity holding at least 0.1% of the equity shares on the blockchain. What is that? That's a 100-year smart contract. And all you need to do as an African youth after passing through our training is to activate your GI Advocate package. Once you do that, and you begin to share the same concept with other African youth through your affiliate link, you would automatically be earning both cash incentive and also earn our coin. This coin is grouped or kept for you. Once that particular token is up to 50 units in your account, we swap it into equity shares for you on the blockchain. So we want at least 60% equity ownership of our blockchain to be in the hands of African youths. So that is why the GI Advocate package is there. We have another program too for empowerment. This has to do with individuals who want to take care of various empowerment we have set up from 62,500 to 5 million naira by being part of our empowerment program. We also have the GI Masternodes. This Masternode is outright support for the development of the project in order for you to have equity shares on the blockchain. And of course, the BMT staking is buying BMT token from the exchange and then activate the staking on the exchange, and you begin to enjoy daily reward of BMC into your wallet account. So this actually gives you a summary of each of these particular projects. The GI Advocate, this package allows low-income earners in Africa to be able to do what? Part of the digital world transition. To make affiliate commission and to earn BMCT, which is swapped to Masternode equity shares. Activation of this package, we offer training on harnessing the opportunity of the digital world economy. Then we have our empowerment package. This actually provides the improvement of the socio-economic welfare of members, and they can be able to achieve between 6,500 to 5 million naira. This is an entire different project on its own. For now, I'm not focusing on this. What we are focusing on is to get these particular African youths, let them come on board. Then we will train them on other ways they can actually take advantage of making financial freedom through the power, our blockchain world platform. Then the aspect of BMT staking, because after that training, you can know that you can actually open an account on the exchange, buy at least 20 BMT, and then you can begin to stake. All these technologies are things that our training would actually break down for them. There are a couple of press releases which we have done, and then this is the fact in summary. It's a hybrid blockchain. It combines POW, POS, and Masternode algorithm. Total coin supply in 100 years is 20 million coins. It's built around 11 use cases. These are details of some of the achievements we've done, and then some of the upcoming applications that is actually coming on board. Conclusively, we said, let's support a Pan-African project, make it part of our daily lives, share it with others. Project 10 million African digital transition is focused on BMCT and BMT, and we are calling on all key players to join in this particular mission. What is the requirement? What do we expect from stakeholders and members of our advisory team? We want them to talk about this Pan-African project. We want them to work towards them owning or show people how they can own equity on this particular blockchain network. Take advantage of trading BMT, which support BMCT on the exchange. Stake BMT and enjoy the 1-year reward of 24%. We want every Pan-African to own a BMCT wallet and BMT wallet on their phones. These are some of our portals which we have created where that runs this project. The BMC.io, loyalty.bmc.io, gi.crypto.com, flashcard.io, BitFXT, Niger Crypto. And of course, you can get the application on iOS and Android. What's our strategic target? At least 100,000 GI registered members within year 1, May 1st to May 2nd, 2021. 10,000 active traders, 50,000 active stakers of BMT, 100,000 Telegram users, expansion across Africa, Ghana, Uganda, South Africa, Tanzania, and Kenya. And of course, reach out to other workplaces. And then there's an opportunity for individuals who have the means that they want to invest into the company itself. There's a $60,000 investment offer that we are offering as a group for individuals who have the capacity, for the big shots. And what are we giving them in exchange? We're giving them 10% Masternode equity shares on our blockchain valued for $30,000. They become stakeholders that share with the GI default pool of 20% annually. 1% of every subscribed package in GI for 24 months, and 10% ownership share in our subsidiary company called MOBGAMES International, which is currently developing 6 games, and this application is going to be ready in 120 days. This is exactly part of the things that we are doing. But now, to the African youth, what are we saying? We want all of them to be part of this project. All it takes is that we want to identify the first 40,000 to be part of this particular project. And from there, we can begin to take that particular stuff. So at some point in time, we're looking at representative across what Africa. At some point in time, you get it? So that we can train these people and then they can create this particular power of duplication. So this is actually the summary of what we do and how we want to use technology to actually touch Africa. I think at this point in time, we need to actually look at how we'll be able to integrate and how can we be able to share and use this particular platform, because this is a technology that is already working and running. If you look at my screen, this is our blockchain. As you can see, it's actually running the last 3 years. You can see the total coin supply. You can see the difficulty of the blockchain. All of these are ready. This is our portal that manages the distribution of our master node. That is also what's ready. Here is where we want the 40,000 to register. So there's a link which you can actually use to register. And once you register, you have your own affiliate link, which you can use to connect to other African youths that can come on board into this particular platform. All of that is working. Then, of course, this particular application is our stable coin, which is actually coming forth in no time. So by around August, this is actually going to be ready and all of that. So this is actually real use case that we have created. And we are opening up, looking forward to work with leaders, individuals who are interested in Africa, who have a community that we can engage, and then we can put our heads together to make it possible. I think that is exactly what we do. So the question now is, how can we be able to take advantage of this? First thing first, since you are the president, I think it's actually going to make sense that we'll find a way where we can be able to expose, since it's Pan-African, on how we can get African youth from other places through your network to be part of this particular initiative.
Okay, that's a great project, actually, a huge one, and we've been working for it so far, and very interesting. So, but I have a question. Talking about the network, or talking about the African youth, one of the problem actually we are facing, or one of the solution we are trying to solve, is how we let the African youth to understand this. How can they feel the importance of this? That's that even I think even in our description of Digital for Africa organization is how to let the Africans feel the importance. The problem is that there's a gap between this technology and African youth. Not because they don't know how to get it or they don't know how to use it, but they are not interested or they are not feeling interested. So how can we bring them on board, as you say? So
Good.
that's what we are working on, actually.
That is the fact. The truth of the matter is that we need to look at how we can be. African youth are crazy when they are incentivized. That's the truth. An African man, when he knows that he can be able to survive and eat from this particular stuff, he wants to go there and know more about it. The fact is that now when you tell an African youth that if you had 1 cent 8 years ago, would you have bought Bitcoin? They will tell you yes. Why? Because today, 1 Bitcoin is over $9,000. And that is why everybody is interested in Bitcoin. Because why? They think they can be able to convert it. That is one of the points we want to start from. So what are we doing? We are using our 40,000 African youth digital transition as the starting point. We are incentivizing the first 40,000 with 0.25 BMCT coin valued for $50,000. That is one of the great incentives. By so doing, we will bring them together. By so doing, we will take them through our basic training course. And from through that course, their eyes is opened to what they can do and how powerful in terms of what they can do. Then leave the other part. So we have broken it into phases. So what you need to do for us, if we are going to work on this project, is we are going to use the promotion of incentive to get everyone on board. All you need to do, take for example, if you are leading this campaign, you register and have your own link. Then with your own link, you pass it across to all your community. When they register, you're going to monitor the activities from our portal right from your mobile phone anywhere you are in the world. So from that particular point, we now get them to get busy. That's why we've been able to set some tasks that this youth must do in order for them to get our incentive of 0.25 BMCT. And let us complete this task. Let us identify 40,000. If we can identify 40,000 African youths that is part of this initiative and train them, and that 40,000 duplicate by 10, that's already 400,000 youths we have gotten. Now imagine if that 400,000 duplicates again by another 10. It's unlimited. It becomes unstoppable movement. And why would they continue to do that? Because they are any incentive that they can use today and that they can also use in the future. That is why the African youth will be part of it. But if you come back and speak slowly to an African youth without showing the African youth what is going to be in for him today, what is going to be in for him tomorrow, and what's going to be in for the future, you are wasting your time. They will not listen to you. And that is why we are using a practical project to be able to push this particular initiative.
Okay. So lastly, how do you think we can cooperate both in your project and mine?
Good. Like I said, there is a particular task at hand. I'm happy that you are interested to bring together African youths through a Pan-African project. Now we have a Pan-African project, not just a project, but we are willing to incentivize 40,000 African youth that is connected to this particular project. I think that's going to be the starting point. You should now be able to actually make that particular information known to the community. I'm going to send you some information about this particular project in terms of what we want to do and the offering that is happening. Then you can take it up from that particular point. Of course, with this particular movement that is going to happen, then there's going to be another level of collaboration between you that's actually driving that with us. That will not be another kind of communication which we're going to write to you formally in terms of taking this particular project in this capacity and you being part of what we do. We would actually want to invite you to become part of the team that is actually on what we are doing. So we are not just actually just talking about the project, but now you are part of a Pan-African project that is using technology to solve problems. That we can actually communicate that on an offering to you via our email. That too can be done.
Yeah, I understand your offer, but what about my offer? You know what? The project you are talking about is a very big project. I love it. But we all have to, as I said, we all have a place to take over. You know what I'm saying? This is a Pan-African project, but there's many projects out there that we still need to do. So let me accept your offer. What about my offer?
You tell us your offer. What's your offer?
Okay. As I said, that there's an organization, okay, and we are still building an ecosystem. And let me explain the little bit different between the project you are doing and mine is. Firstly, yeah, you based on blockchain, right? And technology is not just a blockchain. That's first thing. And we are not just working on the technology in the digital for Africa, but we are working on how to have implementation projects on board. Like I will give an example. We have 4 different sectors that we are working on, and I will send you the file with the 4 sectors. The first sector is the educational sector. How can we develop the e-learning sector in Africa? This is one of the projects that we are working on. Through the e-sector, we draft the project, finalize it, invite international bodies, funding bodies that we already have contact with them to fund the project to implement it. That's one of the projects we are working on. Secondly, we have e-commerce, which is the e-commerce of African products. We have other ways of incubation. How can we incubate the technology ideas? How can we support Africans that have any initiative idea, any startup, means of technology, but he need funds, he need mentorship. So we will be the ones supporting him on that. The last one will be, of course, investment. How can we make the investment easy for African and non-Africans? One of the problems we are facing in Africa because they think that normally they can't automate the investment in Africa. So how can we make that possible? So in these sectors, there will be expertise that are working on it to make it happen. Okay, so in general, as I said, we are working on a project and you are working on a project, and the both projects complete each other, but they are not the same project because this one is different and this one is different. So for you to join, I would like you, maybe we'll have a meeting, of course, maybe on Wednesday. I would like to invite you to the meeting. Okay, see the other the Africans. Most of them are Egyptian programmers and engineers, and some have different kind of experience. So we can discuss even on a project, as well as you can see. Maybe you can take and part of that project can be the one in charge of the blockchain, and see how can we implement the project. You can have a protocol maybe with the organization and your project to be the one holding the blockchain. Through that, you can have the network we have, and in the same time, you'll be developing, or you are helping us in growing our community. So we have to do something like that. As also how they said, we have to. I don't know how to say it, but you have to have something in share. You give, I get. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think.
The truth of the matter is this: as it
Mm.
relates to blockchain technology and your organization, the answer to the question is that that is exactly my area of expertise. And that is what we are saying. You don't need to ask about that. And that is why I'm not so much interested, like you said, is a broad arm. The truth be told, the problem that most African projects have is that we have a lot of big scope vision, but most time it is funding. And that's the challenge. It is always what? Funding. In terms of how to do this, how to do that, to now begin to write letters, to get funding and get assistance here. I am not looking at you from that part. If your organization have an arm of blockchain, that's exactly what we want to do. So get us connected to your organization. Let us handle the blockchain aspect. We have a full prototype of what we want to offer to Africa. And that is possible. So that is not an issue. If you look at for us to dedicate $50,000 to give out to Africa, 40,000 African youth, that tells you that we're not joking. So if that is the area where you are, we already have that factored into what we do. We are just looking for organizations that can collaborate with us, and then we make this possible. So I would not say that is a challenge. So it's a vice versa, which we're already thinking, but now you're not bringing on the table for us that we should be able to anchor this, and then you are releasing this particular stuff in terms of that particular purpose. Aside from the aspect of the group or community which you have, we are still using our own arsenals to also reach out to as many other African people around Africa. So it's not just only your own, but the point is, if we have an opportunity to sit on a particular position from your corporate point of view, for us to now expose this to the community which you have, of course, that's going to be a plus. Then, on our own part, definitely, if we are represented there, and there are other value chain, like you mentioned of other aspect of block of digitalization.
Digitalizing, yeah.
That becomes another added opportunity for the already blockchain-driven community to also take advantage of that particular aspect.
Sure.
One thing I'm saying is that the point is we are trying as much as possible, because we understand that, one, Africans, most times, they are always saying that they want to always receive. That is why, as an NGO or as an organization, there's work as the president that you need to do. What is that? To begin to reach out to big organizations that is willing to part ways with fund or part ways with intellectual property to your organization as an access for you to actually pass on this particular idea to others. It's very key, because if you do not have donors to actually support this initiative, then it becomes a problem. So, but what we have done is that we are willing to actually work with you in that capacity as it relates to blockchain, because we have a prototype that we can actually showcase for Africa. Sure.
Okay, so that's cool. Okay, then what's the next step?
Good. I think the next step is, first thing first, like I said, I don't understand. I don't know. What you need to do is you need to send me information in terms of what the full scope of your operation is. What are the areas, like you just mentioned before, Arms? If there is a meeting, if you have an executive that you want me to be part of, then we have that particular meeting, and then we have a Zoom call. Then we should now be able to now look at how we can go. Then what I'm going to offer is a practical solution, like a project that we can begin to embark upon. Then we now use your channel to communicate that there is a particular partnership that is already ongoing, powered by your organization to aid African youths to be part of this, and then that can actually be able to handle itself.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So I'm gonna send you the file now, and send me please the file that you just sent me right now, so that I will.
Just your email address and your Gmail. I will add you up to that file now.
Okay, I will send you the WhatsApp right now. And maybe the coming meeting we'll have with the team, and you explain more, and we see how can we cooperate. And as I said, one of the things I agree that you said that you have been trying the thing practically, and that is very important. Though, as I said, I have organization and a company. So talking about the company, one of the part I'm thinking of working on is the blockchain, but not. So maybe you can have a partnership as well with the company, but now you have to start with the organization first and see how the cooperation goes well. Later on, we can expand it.
There's no problem.
I mean, we can expand the cooperation. I mean,
all right. I think it's been great talking with you. So I'll be expecting that information, and then if there's going to be any meeting,
I've already. I think I'm already sending it right now.
okay.
So, and I will send you my email as well.
Okay, that's good. All right.
So, and as I said, these are not just the project. This is just and because here in Egypt, I'm like, I don't know. As you check my profile, you said. So I have the connection here. If we are talking about the connection with the investors, with the ministries, with the many influencers in Egypt in particularly and in Africa. So one of the advantage I'm using is that I want to use those connections to something for the future of the Africa. So we can't just have those things and they didn't without any advantage.
Yes,
So
right.
let's think of way of using those things together, and inshallah, I think we will make a great thing.
No,
Great thing.
that makes sense. That makes
So
sense.
I've sent the file now. I'll be expect, and I will send you the email, and I'll be expecting your.
No problem. I will do just that. It's been nice,
Okay.
and I really
Okay.
appreciate that particular connection. This call is actually
I,
recorded.
I
At the end
really
of
appreciate
it,
as well.
I'll send you a copy of it. You can actually have that. You can follow.
Okay, please, if you don't mind, you can send me the.
Yes, I will do that. All right. Thank you
Okay,
very
thank
much.
you.
What's your name? How do you pronounce your name?
Thank
El
you so
Sultan,
much.
right?
My name is Esultan, but my real name is
Your real name is what?
Gaffar. Yeah, the Sultan is the Egyptian name, and is the known name here in Egypt.
So,
Abdul Gaffar.
so what can
I think network is yeah. It's Sultan. Sultan is okay. It's the easier and is the
Okay, okay. All right.
name.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Sultan.